Hello everyone, welcome to Building the Ultimate Matchbox Car Collection. My name is Tyrone and today is all about the Cadillac. Specifically, the first mix of the 12 Cadillacs Matchbox will bring out in 2021. You may have noticed a slight change to the way I do these videos. I do the intro with the Matchbox sign on the back and then get rid of the Matchbox sign for the benefit of focus. Let's start off with this baby. This is the 1969 Cadillac Sedan DeVille in that amazingly sedate yellow. I'm not sure what you'd call that. Eggnog. Let's go for eggnog. It's an American thing. It's an American colour, so let's go for that. There are the 6. I don't mind bending this card because this is the best it will look forever now. Seconds before destruction. So we've got the 2015 Cadillac Escalade. Weirdly, there's an Escalade cruising around Perth. You wouldn't think you'd spot just the one car out of a population of 2 million, but it's an Escalade. Pretty sure it's the only one in town. You see it. Cadillac CTS Coupe, the 1975 Cadillac Eldorado Convertible, 1963 Cadillac Ambulance, 1969 Cadillac Sedan DeVille, which is what this one is, and lastly the 1941 Cadillac Series 62 Convertible Coupe. All from 1919 Struth 2020, which means they're 2021. Beautiful card art, by the way. Really eye-catching. There was, in the town I grew up in, Christchurch, New Zealand, there was an importer of American cars. So we're looking at late 70s, early 80s that I was aware of them. And my dad loved American cars right up until the day he was no longer. That took a dark turn, didn't it? So when our next door neighbour started working for the car dealer, to get back on point, he used to bring cars like this home to our very working class neighbourhood. Some afternoons a car like this would roll up and park in their driveway. Well, half in their driveway and half on the footpath and a little bit out on the road because they're so huge. And we just gathered around. I can't imagine gathering around somebody's car these days. They'd tell you to go away. We did every time he turned up in something like this. And my dad was too proud to ogle it himself, but he would go down on a weekend and just sit there in amongst the cars and dream of which one to buy. And eventually he did buy a Cougar, not one of these. Yeah, so this is also a 2021 release, the Cadillac in the Power Grabs. They don't look so good together. It looks like somebody had a spare tin of paint and they painted everything with it. So I'll put that out of shot for now. But I just love this car. We've got paint flying off, but the little tail lights are done. And I think, from memory, only having seen a handful of these in real life, in my life, that when the indicator signal's turned on, it's just the brake light lazily flashing on and off. That was illegal for cars to have that in New Zealand, so they would have to be swapped out for amber lights, which looked a bit silly. Anyway, they were a lot less strict than Australia's laws at the time. Australian law forced you to put this massive sticker across the back window, caution left-hand drive, which looked even more ridiculous. Now, not so much. It's not encouraged, but they don't make your pride and joy look silly. Okay, That was a long introduction, wasn't it? Second off, did we even see what number that was? Man, that's lost in action. No, we didn't. We'll get to that if I spot the card on the floor. Gee, rambling a lot. See what happens? Talking in class? Never mind. We'll just guess what number that was. Maybe you can roll the video back. This one, while I'm thinking about it, it's number 2 of 12. Obviously we only have 6 today, but we'll show the other 6 when they come in. Did I mention I got these offline? Off online? This is the Cadillac CTS Coupe. And I've seen that already. As I said, number 2 of 12. And this was the 9-pack exclusive for the year. In a nice pearly white. Also got it in gold and a few other colours, I think. I've already got this off the card, but just for the sake of wanton destruction, we'll open another one. Yeah, you've got to get your head round that is still a Cadillac. If you're old school like me, a Cadillac is the first one I just showed, the DeVille. But seriously, they can't keep on making that and keep up with the modern cars, can they? I'm sure these drive really well. So yeah, it's quite a familiar casting for 2021. Let's get on to something more funky. The 1975 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. This is number 3 of 12. I should get into the habit of not launching everything into the air over my shoulder. Bit of cardboard dust there. That's nice. See how well the camera can show off that Eldorado. Pretty good. Nice colour. Wouldn't look good on many things, but it looks good on this. How do they look together? They look alright. Imagine having a garage full of real life toys like this. I suspect you would be at work more often than not and too tired to play with them when you got home. Someone's got to pay the bills. Oh, so shiny base. My fingerprints all over it. No, yeah, it is too. So that is that. I'll get rid of that one. Wasn't really part of the deal, was it? Fourth one already. 2015 Cadillac Escalade. As I said, there's one of these around Perth. You'd think it would blend in, but no. This is number 1 of 12. I think the closest you'd get to an Escalade without buying an Escalade is like a high-end Toyota Land Cruiser, but nothing beats an Escalade. We don't get the Lincoln Navigator here either, and I've never seen one here. Maybe they're in somewhere like Melbourne, Sydney, possibly Melbourne, because I know they convert them from left to right-hand drive in Melbourne, so maybe, but they would cost an arm and a leg, and I'm sure the Escalade I see very occasionally did. It's not a new one. It might be 10 or so years old now, in black, but it looks the bizzo. This one's got the Puff Daddy wheels. It's probably got a handgun in the interior somewhere. Plastic base. I've done the tailgate and bit of chrome bit of tempo. See if we can zoom in on that badge. Not bad. So yeah, it's quite a nice brown. That's one of the colours of this world that if you're describing it to, say, the insurance company on the phone, they'd go, gross, why'd you buy a car that colour? But to see it, you think, nice. It's different. It's nice. An ambulance. Number 4 of 12. Actually, it's not an ambulance, it's the fire department. 1963 Cadillac Ambulance, they say. But it's the fire department. Did I tell you? Yes, I did. Number 4 of 12. In my recently growing collection of Cadillac ambulances. Oh, that's an odd colour. That actually looked quite red through the plastic, but gee, what would you call that colour? Don't know. Stretcher in the back, just like an ambulance. But this is the fire department. Confusing. Chrome base. Big old grille. I think they call that the egg crate grill. When I heard that, I had to smile because if the designers knew what people were going to nickname everything they sketched on the pad before it went into production, they'd be a lot more coy than they apparently were. Yeah, just to add to the fleet now. The very quickly growing fleet of Caddy ambulances, and the 6th one I have to show you is number 6 of 12. It's the 1941 Cadillac Series 62 Convertible Coupe. This at one point was turning into my unicorn piece, because no matter how hard I tried, no matter how many miles I put in around this big old metro area of Perth, I didn't find the green one, but it's on my most wanted list. It will be hunted down and it will be put in my collection. It's another chrome base. His wheel suit it. Very nice. Still not sure about that translucent base, because it's part of the window piece. I think they just made it a bit thicker to mimic a soft top. Huge back end on it, huge in general. See what I mean about that sedate yellow? Doesn't it look cool in black? Both this year's release. Pretty. So, come a little closer, said the spider to the fly. So there you have it, the first 6 of the dozen to come out in 2021 of the new Cadillacs from Matchbox. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did, leave a comment if you didn't, and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you next time. Bye.